Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the just absolute clown show that has emerged in the U.S. House of Representatives. A series of unfortunate events has really taken the Republican Party for a ride over the last little bit here. Okay, so let's start with this. It was really, really important for them to go after the director of Homeland Security and do that impeachment. It was super important. It was very valid. It wasn't just a show at all. It wasn't just a partisan thing. It was very important and serious business. Their own party wouldn't even vote for it. They failed on an impeachment vote. That's embarrassing. Like, if they didn't have the votes, it shouldn't have gone to the floor. And apparently they had issues with counting. Surprise. Now, they're apparently going to try again to get that passed. But it doesn't matter now. Even if they do get it passed, it's now not just a thing where everybody knows it's a farce. It was already voted on and determined to be a farce. So even if they get it through now, it's too late. You can't even maintain the facade that it's real. So you have that. Then you have the GOP vote for aid to Israel. Okay? This is standalone, a clean bill, just aid to Israel. It failed. It failed because the Democratic Party voted against it, as well as a substantial number of Republicans. And keep in mind, the majority is razor thin. They can't lose a dozen votes. So let me pause here. For those who are very vested in the conflict over there, the Democratic opposition was not a moral one. It was a political one. It had nothing to do with whether or not they believed Israel should get aid, just that it shouldn't be done in this way. That's something important to acknowledge. Okay, but so this was meant to kind of put people on the spot and get a bunch of leverage and show how much leverage the House had. It failed. They didn't get it through. Now, they have been talking about how they're going to just kill this bill, the border bill. The problem is that the Republican Party demanded that the border security stuff be tied to foreign aid. So now they have themselves in a situation where they have failed to pass the aid for Israel, and they're saying they're not going to vote for the border deal, but the only way to get the aid for Israel that their base absolutely demands they pass is to vote for the border bill. This is also a package that has aid for Ukraine, aid for Israel, aid for the Indo-Pacific region to counter China, and the border security stuff. It's all one package. The whole point of running the clean bill for Israel was to try to piecemeal it out so they could do what Putin said. Trump, whatever, it doesn't matter. They could do what their owner said and not provide the aid to Ukraine. That's what it's really about. The reason the Republican Party is tying itself in knots right now is because a large portion of them have interests that, well, we just can't figure out, I guess. But they certainly don't appear to be things that are in the interest of U.S. national security. It's a clown show, and this is kind of what you can expect. But the reason they have gone to these extremes now, the reason you are having so much behavior that doesn't make sense is because A, they need the border to run on. They need the scary, chaotic border. So they're not going to actually fix it because that's how they scare your grandparents. And they don't want to provide the aid to Ukraine. They don't, they either don't see the tie between European security and U.S. national security, in which case they probably don't belong in Congress, or they do see it and they have some other motive. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.